The story begins with a young man named Shawn Donovan sharing a heartfelt conversation with his mother, Mary Donovan. But don't let this tender moment fool you, because right after, the plot hits hard. Shawn and his father witness a brutal robbery, and his mother meets a tragic fate. Fast forward 10 years, and we see that Shawn, now a traumatized teenager, has become a serious, no-nonsense guy with zero patience for friendships and always ready to throw hands with any school bully. He also has a peculiar way of calming his nerves. He hides pills inside his bandage like some undercover agent disguised as a student. And let's not forget, he's a full-fledged nerd, devouring chemistry like it's his new religion. His relationship with his father, colder than an industrial freezer. Terry Donovan, the father, tries to play the good guy and pretends everything is fine. He even visits his wife's grave and blatantly lies, saying Shawn made a friend and is going to a party. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Meanwhile, Shawn, in his semi-Batman routine, witnesses a drug dealer intimidating an addict. Like any vigilante in training, he can't ignore the injustice and decides to step in. The problem? His version of stepping in involves making serious accusations against a dangerous criminal, leading to a fight. Turns out, the kid has been secretly training because he turns the tables and shoots the dealer. As Shawn embarks on his dark journey of revenge, we're introduced to Teresa Ames, a detective juggling criminals and an overly clingy ex-husband. She's just been promoted to homicide, where, by coincidence or destiny or just well-planned writing, she's partnered with Bill Baldwin, an old acquaintance of Shawn. Shawn practically treats the police station like his second home, using their computers unsupervised because, apparently, nobody cares about digital security there. Teresa, intrigued, discovers a piece of paper with the word trislarin printed on it. It sounds like a medicine but turns out to be a deadly poison. Between slashed tires and shady conversations, she starts suspecting Shawn might be more involved in recent crimes than he lets on. And then Shawn decides to expand his vigilante career by saving a prostitute from an abusive pimp. But this isn't just some random good deed. He's done his homework and picked his target carefully. After a bloody confrontation, Shawn does what he does best. He shoots the guy and disappears into the night. The next day, Teresa and her partner Gary investigate the crime and realize the recent murders might be connected. When Teresa finds out trislarin is a poison that suffocates victims from the inside, she starts piecing the puzzle together. To get closer to Shawn, she invites him to lunch and finds out he speaks fluent Chinese because, of course, he's a prodigy. But the friendly vibe ends when she tries to convince him to let go of the past and move on, which infuriates Shawn. He's seen criminals walk free too many times and has zero faith in conventional justice. While Teresa and Gary enjoy the open bar at Bill Baldwin's retirement party, she can't stop linking the cases of Tony and Joe. Both guys killed someone and got away with it, which seems to be a special talent in the city. Teresa asks about Shawn, and Bill suddenly acts like a celebrity dodging the paparazzi. On the train ride home, the cops get a call from a Chinese woman about a fight breaking out. But wait, rewind. Just minutes earlier, a crazed addict starts harassing a passenger. Our mysterious Shawn, who clearly thinks he's Batman, rubs black powder on his face, tells a kid to get their mom out of there, because he's a responsible vigilante, and takes down the guy. When the cops arrive, Shawn vanishes like a ninja but leaves a clue. He spoke Chinese. Teresa starts connecting the dots, and Shawn officially becomes a suspect. Cut to the next day. Shawn wakes up to Teresa arresting him, but it was just a dream. In reality, it's his birthday and Terry, the father desperately trying to make up for a lifetime of mistakes with cake, takes him to his late mother's favorite restaurant. There, they run into Aaron, the owner and an old friend of Terry's, who instantly recognizes him. Rock! Shawn, curious, finds out the nickname comes from his dad's old days as a drunken brawler with some shady connections. Awkwardly, Terry cuts the conversation short and takes Shawn to a boxing match, because nothing strengthens father-son bonds like watching people punch each other. As a final birthday gift, he takes Shawn to the place where Mary died, gives an emotional speech about letting go of the past, and swears to be a better father. If this were any other movie, this would be the redemption moment. But nope, we still have plenty of chaos ahead. Teresa, unable to let things go, confronts Bill for answers about Shawn. After some dramatic hesitation, Bill spills the truth. Shawn saw his mother's killer in a police lineup, but Terry, doing his best life coach impression, convinced his son he was wrong. Now, Shawn has seen the guy's face on TV and recognized him again. Larry Childs, the same criminal Teresa is trying to put behind bars. Speaking of which, Teresa finds out Larry struck a ridiculous plea deal with the DA. Just 2 years in prison and then a fresh start in witness protection. Fantastic. Meanwhile, Shawn goes to a party and, of course, loses it when he sees a bully harassing a friend. Like any well-adjusted teenager, he brutally beats the guy before disappearing to break someone else's face? No. He sneaks into Aaron's restaurant and has an epiphany. He finally remembers that, on the night of the crime, Larry called Terry Rock, meaning only real friends knew that nickname. Shawn storms into his father's house, drunk and furious, ready for a confrontation. Terry finds his son in the basement, and the showdown is on. Shawn accuses his father of orchestrating Mary's murder to cash in on the insurance money and pay off debts. Terry denies it, but Shawn insists he heard Larry call him Rock. In classic crime thriller fashion, Shawn shoots his own father, convinced he's serving justice. Teresa arrives moments later and, in a move that would make any defense attorney lose their mind, decides to toss the gun into the river. And now, the final twist. Shawn writes a letter to Larry Childs in prison, asking if his father was guilty. He gives 2 options: a black stamp for guilty, a red stamp for innocent. Larry, being the scumbag he is, sends it back with a red stamp, just to mess with Shawn's head. But Shawn, a true revenge movie protagonist, saw it coming. He poisoned the stamp glue with a lethal chemical, and Larry dies choking in a dark, ironic twist. In the end, we never find out if Terry was truly guilty or not, and Shawn is left with that doubt forever. Tell me what you think of this ending, and don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. See you there, and take care.